Hello Pisces, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy, your general reading. Archetypal reading actually, to be exact. So looking at your current and future energies, exploring that, it's pretty in-depth actually. It's a pretty in-depth reading. Not what I had in mind today, but I couldn't get it out of my head. I took a break after doing Aquarius, and I had my lunch, got my son's lunch, I fed Lily, and I just kept thinking, I feel like I have to do like, I almost hear like the energy of Pisces saying, give us details, Cindy, give us details. And the archetypal, my arm is so itchy, probably just dry skin. I just kept hearing like the archetypal deck, and I thought, no, can't be, because I packed that deck. I packed actually yesterday most of my tarot and oracle cards, because I get the key to my new place in 2 days. And I'm going to kind of slowly move stuff that I don't let other people touch over there. And I packed the archetype deck, so I thought, I'm not going to do any in-depth readings. Pisces, Pisces. So, you're getting one. You're getting it. Let's get into it. There is an extended too. The link is at the top of the description. In the extended, because in this reading, I look at the current and the future. In the extended, we look right in between. We look at that in-between energy, personal challenges, distractions to be aware of, areas to focus on. Getting from the current to the future. So we're going to start right now with this archetypal deck. I'm going to look at what your current energy is. Okay, I'm hearing, this is interesting too. I'm going to shuffle this deck, pull out a current card, put it away. Then I'm using the energy oracle deck to also pull out a card. I'm going to shuffle it, put it away, and then I'm doing tarot, because in the current, what I want to ask with the tarot is, what have you been working on? What have you been healing? And what is starting to blossom? Once I've pulled that out, then I shuffle this again and go into the future. I've never done it like that, but that's what I'm hearing to do. So the current archetypal energy for Pisces. The current archetypal energy for Pisces. Current archetypal energy for Pisces. Pull this top card. Pioneer. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Ooh, maybe you're tapping into that that Einstein energy from quite a few readings ago. Working on something. You're really in your head, that's for sure. But you're in your head like there's a light bulb with a heart. There's a light bulb in your heart. There's a light bulb in your heart. Maybe there is a light bulb in your heart. Maybe your heart chakra has been activated, but yet there is a heart in a light bulb, which is the reflection of your mind. So your mind is very open to new ideas, coming up with new ideas. You are coming up with new ideas, and it's sort of being led by your heart. Feels like that. Being a pioneer. Maybe this is pioneering for you, to allow your heart. Doesn't really feel like, I mean, that's the kind of energies I would feel like Pisces would often tend to be more. Maybe it's a new level of that for you. Okay, so your current energy, continuing with that, an energy oracle card to give us a little more information about this current energy that Pisces is in. Healer of the Ages. Wow, maybe you are healing your heart and your mind space. Healing your heart and your mind. Because your heart, you're allowing your heart to go into your mind. And I think you're also allowing your heart to go into your mind. No, your mind to go into your heart. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, I hope you do. Because if you don't, I don't know who does. I'm very sassy right now. I'm very sassy. You're something going on between your heart and your mind for sure, but I also feel like it's bringing you new ideas on some level here. It's giving you a passion. By combining your heart and your mind, it's giving you passion. It's not been done before. Really tapping into that like Einstein source. That was a reading could be a couple months ago now. Einstein source, and that was specifically Pisces. And I just remember that because in the comments somebody said Einstein was a Pisces, and I didn't realize that when I was doing the reading. So it's kind of interesting, isn't it? So what have you been working on? Manifesting, good for you. What have you been healing? The Six of Pentacles. All right, who are you giving so much to there? Maybe you're giving too much to the wrong type of people. Didn't you you had another reading about that. Who are you sharing your energy with? What the heck? What is starting to blossom for you? The Ten of Pentacles. Nice. Wow, your current energy is actually pretty good. I like it. I'm really wondering though why this had to be so, why did I need so much in-depth energy? Maybe you just wanted me to talk a long time. Alright, let's look at the future. This doesn't feel like it's going to be that long. I almost don't even need to clarify too much. I mean, I will act for my own curiosity because I'm nosy. I'm a nosy reader. That's the best kind of tarot reader, man. But I also keep my mouth shut. I won't tell anybody, I swear. That's also, so you need that with the nosiness. You need that. Future energy for Pisces. Future energy for Pisces. The Father. Talent for creating and supporting life. Positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Wow, really beautiful. Now, whether you're masculine or feminine, this just tells me like someone who is, like the father would be the leader, that energy, that sort of yang energy, the attributes that are linked to that, the protector, the guide. You know, you can say like nurturing energy can be a little too like, come here, don't do that, it's too dangerous. Like always that picture with the dad throwing the kid in the air. And to the mom, it looks like they're this far apart. To the dad, it looks like they're this far apart. In reality, it's this, right? Like, it's just like, there's a different, so even if you're feminine, depiction of feminine, using your, sort of your inner strength, your leadership qualities, and even protective qualities, to be that leader, to be a positive guiding light within a tribal unit. But that's really beautiful. That almost feels so balanced between yin and yang. Like taking that yang energy and utilizing that in a manner to create hope, a positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So a group of people. Oh, I like this. The Advocate is at the bottom. Inspires you to put compassion into action. Ah, sorry, I'm going to show that to you. Inspires you to put compassion into action. And look at what this is. I feel like this is what you're kind of doing. You're thinking about this on some level. Your mind and your heart coming together in healing these two spaces within you. I think the fridge is making ice. I'm assuming you hear that. If you don't, just pretend I didn't look over there. Okay. So, the energy oracle card to go with that. The future energy for Pisces, their future energy. The future energy. You got two that just flipped on out. I swear that fridge has not made ice till I sit down to do it. I'm so glad when I move. Okay. So you have Journey and Goddess of the Moon. This feels so much like your energy, so much about your intuition. Oh, look at it. It's almost like dream. You and I, country dreamer. This just came into my head. I think that's Paul McCartney, right? Is that Paul McCartney's Wings? You and I, country dreamers. Like this is almost the energy of that, like dreaming, using the moon the mystery of the unknown, the beauty that exists. Like, because you can, like, often the moon we talk about the fears, the things that can be misinterpreted, but it's also about your intuition. But what I love about this is in the right situation, the right circumstances, stargazing, most of the time, is a beautiful experience, but it is actually harnessing all of this unknown and possibility and what is out there and what could be. But sitting in such a comfortable place with that. And instead of it being something fearful, it becomes something of wonder and inspiration. You know, you just fill your heart with the humbleness of how small you can feel, but also how big you can also feel because you're part of the immensity of the universe, right? Like that's kind of that experience of lying in the ground. I think winter's the best time to do it because I always find the sky is so clear and you don't have twilight at like 11 p.m. at night. And my son and I did that. When did we do that? Christmas time? And up north, and just laid on the hill in the snow and looked up. And at first I didn't see too many stars. I thought, oh, it's not like I remember it as a kid, but we had just walked the dog with a flashlight. And obviously it took our eyes a while to adjust. And he even agreed, he said, the longer we sit here, the more we see. The longer you sit there, the more you will see. Whatever this energy is that you're healing here, the longer you sit in this energy, the more you will see. The more you will feel. The more you will have this combination of, I feel so tiny in the vast expanse of space and time. But yet I feel so important that I'm allowed to be part of it. So you're taking a journey on that, man. Taking a journey. You're going to do that. That's so cool. Wow, I really like this. I didn't expect this. And that's only because that's my preconditioning, thinking if I'm getting the message that someone needs a whole bunch of big cards in a reading, there must be a big heavy message coming through, right? That's just me. I really like what this is for you right now. It's like right now. There's still more cards to pull there. All right, so the tarot cards. So in the future, what will you finish working on? What will be healed? And what will be... Sorry, I have to move my crystals so I can... And what will be ready to harvest? Oh my God. It's like I'm out of practice shuffling the cards. Yeah, I'm going to have to get another telescope. I had a telescope when I was a teenager. Like a lot of teenagers in high school, they went out parties and I didn't do that. I got a telescope and I would spend my nights looking at the moon and Jupiter. I had a big poster of Jupiter and Ganymede. Yeah, I was in that. The cards are being really funny here. You know what? I don't feel right about this shuffle. I'm gonna keep going. What you will finish working on is the Queen of Cups, which I love because it's all you. I feel like that came out, but it wasn't a signal to stop shuffling. That's why I didn't look to see what came in the split. I just felt like, no, it's not time. No. Now I feel more confident about whatever's coming out here. Well, it's a good thing I thought it's good. The Hanged Man, very Pisces energy. You're really looking within. Wow, what an interesting Hanged Man card. Look at that. Hands and ankles are shackled with a big padlock. Eyes are completely closed. Interesting key that they're holding. It's sort of glowing. Is it real? Is it the concept of a key? Are they manifesting the key? Are you manifesting whatever it is that makes you feel trapped? But while doing that, well, you're doing something in your current. What have you been working on? Some sort of manifestation here. I didn't show you the underline for the Energy Oracle deck. Is financial constraints. I just really feel like this card lately is just feeling constrained. So some sort of feeling constrained. That's not coming through in really any other. It's only coming through in the underline because of the Hanged Man and this. So some sort of constraints going on here. You're manifesting your freedom, your sense of purpose here. I think that key glows for a reason. I think it's like it's drawing my eye to it. So it's telling me something. It's not normal. It's not of the same elements of anything else in this picture. Because it's glowing, it's different. It's almost like, you know, like Star Trek, when some beam you up. Like it's almost like you're beaming in this key to free yourself. But while you're waiting for the key to actually become three-dimensional in your hand, it's not just the energy of the key. You are working on manifesting. It's going to be good. So, what you've been working on is the Magician. Look at that, like manifesting. Real magical energy here. I think you're manifesting harder than you've ever manifested anything before. Wow, you've been really pushed to some sort of point that you've never been pushed to before. But now, however that is, I mean, it does have something to do with bringing your mind and your heart together. And once you've done that, whatever this is that you're manifesting for you, on your personal level, as hard as it is, everything after that will be that much easier. Because you've hit like if you're climbing a mountain and you can see the peak. And you've climbed it and you think, I've reached as high as I could ever reach. And, you know, because it's up in the sky a bit, there's clouds, there's fog. You're standing on the peak of that mountain, it's feeling pretty good. You're pretty sure about what you've accomplished and where you're going. And, you know, anything, it's all downhill after this. It's pretty easy. But then the wind changes direction. The wind changes direction. And it blows away the cloud cover or the fog that was in that area. And all of a sudden you see that, yeah, it goes downhill a little bit, but then it comes right back up into another portion of mountain to go even higher. So once you reach that other portion of mountain, it feels like that's what you're working on, thinking, I always thought the peak was here. But the peak is actually up here. And then once you get there, this is pushing yourself harder than you ever thought you would have to, because you didn't see anything beyond that mountaintop. But there was a reason that it was like that, correct? I mean, the universe is not going to put, your own soul is not going to put you in alignment with a goal or something that you want to achieve or get for yourself in life that is so unattainable, like literally, like reaching out and touching the moon. Well, that's completely impossible. I could not do that. How am I going to do that? Like really, like in a physical sense, how am I going to reach and touch the moon? So no, so you say, oh, you know what? I'm going to be an engineer. I'm going to do this first. And then before you know it, each mountaintop actually takes you, you become an astronaut or something and you go to the moon. Right? That's kind of like what this is. You're manifesting harder than I feel like you've ever manifested before. What you've been healing is the Six of Pentacles. This process of manifesting harder than you've ever manifested before is combining your heart and your mind. It's healing the energy between these two spaces so that you know when your mind is speaking to you and when your heart is speaking to you. And your heart also understands the reality of situations around you. It's really, really a good flow of energy. And in doing this healing, it feels like, to me, a side effect or even part of this healing and actually becomes steps in the mountain climb, steps in the manifestation. You are recognizing when you give too much of yourself or when too much is expected of you, when there is an equal give and take. And then look at what is starting to blossom, the Ten of Pentacles. So beautiful, like a dream, your dreams come true, your wish fulfillment, your stability, your abundance, your happiness, your prosperity. What's all going on in here? Oh, it's kind of cute actually. There's like two, I don't know, are they teenage boys? One's much older looking. Looks like Robin Hood. Like there's three boys here. There's three guys here. Three kids. I'm really, it's interesting the ages of these. Because it's a little different than a lot of other tarot cards. A lot of other tarot decks, the Ten of Pentacles, the couple that are together are sort of, I want to say, the middle of the age range that's depicted, because this represents something that has longevity to it. It's sort of lasts your lifetime if it's been built on a solid foundation. So usually the couple who are kind of represented in the Ten of Pentacles, they are, I want to say, like maybe people in their 30s, 20s to 30s, like sort of younger but adult energy. And then there'll be like a little kid, maybe like one little kid, and then you'll have old people in the background to represent either the parents of these people or where they may go in the future in their lifetime. And there's usually a pet. There's a couple of dogs here. But there's something interesting, and I don't know if this means something to someone. It's very specific. Like there's three young men here. One is really young, and then one looks like he's kind of a teenager, and the other one almost looks like 18, 19, 20, I don't know. But I just find it interesting. So I don't know if I'm talking to people that are a little bit older, and it's almost maybe a second lease on life, a second lease on a connection, a second committed connection, perhaps. Because this couple, they both have gray hair. So it's just interesting that that's coming through for me like that. That it's not being depicted the way it normally is in the other tarot decks. Now, in your future, what will you finish working on is really the beauty in you, is all of the love and feeling and emotion, creativity, intuitive connection that Pisces really truly can be. Feeling really comfortable in your own skin, really exploring the waters of your soul in a playful manner. You know, sometimes tears will be shed, but that's okay. I really feel like it's just okay, because I know tomorrow is a happy day. It's a really beautiful energy. Even like the fish and the kitties are all playing. It's very playful. So you'll finish working on perhaps to a bit of an inner child within you. What will be healed? The sun. Nice. Your wish fulfillments, your happiness, your joy, your abundance. Really knowing who you are and celebrating that and connecting with others who celebrate it and you connect with. What will be ready to harvest? The Six of Wands. You're going to have success. And people are going to be really happy about the success that you have. Like really supported here. Look at the change in this. What have you been healing? The Six of Pentacles. What will be ready to harvest? The Six of Wands. I feel like what you're healing is an obligation to give to those that you don't necessarily feel comfortable giving to. Or that you don't necessarily feel really deserve it. Maybe they need to do something for themselves. I don't really, it kind of came out the wrong, not the wrong way, but maybe a little too harsh than what I really want to say with the Six of Pentacles. Like giving, look at the difference in these two cards. Both these people are giving of themselves. There's something here like almost giving to people that you feel like there's no hope. And sometimes there isn't. You can only give so much to people or give so much guidance or try to put a hand out. If they're not going to try to do something for themselves, it's never going to succeed. Whereas this, I feel like you know exactly who really truly could benefit from what you give, what you have to give. And it may not even be, like, look at this, is very monetary. This is very monetary. And she's giving a rose. So it's giving like a part of you. Giving a deeper part of you instead of a very superficial part of you that maybe you feel obligated to give. And like people are applauding. This is so happy. People love this, almost as if they've seen this in you. And now they really see it. They see you, they've seen it in you, and now they see that you see it in yourself. That you had so much more to give than where you were giving it before, or how, or who you were giving it to. Oh, sorry. I just didn't know what that noise. It's literally on the couch. So I don't even know what to clarify. I mean, to be honest. Let's look at the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, this card drew me in because the depiction and the kind of the age of the people is very different from a lot of other tarot decks. The Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. Oh. Sorry. The Ten of Pentacles for Pisces. Va-va-voom, baby. Va-va-voom. Ten of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Knight of Wands is getting ready to blossom. This really does feel like it's a second lease on something. For those of you, perhaps, I do want to say too, this feels like a couple that could have had kids that were like largely spaced out. Like, I don't mean like spacey kids. The age differences were spaced out. Sorry. But, right. So this dude to me looks like he's anywhere between 18 and 20. And then this one looks to me like, I don't know, maybe 15 or 16. And then this one is really little. Maybe 1 to 2. Yeah, like maybe 2 years old. So maybe a surprise late in life. But somehow everything, so this feels to me either a couple that's been together for a long time, and there was a little surprise, it was unexpected, but it's almost kind of like maybe things were tough. Like I'm thinking too, like the ages of these boys, teenagers are tough. 18 to 20 I'm imagining is tough too, because there's really a release there, and they're going to make some bigger mistakes than they were going to make in these ages. And you know, a bit of you know, the kind of the conflict that can go on with someone finding their own independence, and they don't need to tell me what to do. I feel like there's a new lease. I don't know. So some of you might be getting pregnant, and whether you feel you're maybe past that, because people have gray hair, but I just feel like there's something significant here with this, and coming like va-va-voom with the Knight of Wands. You know what the Knight of Wands is usually good for. And then the Empress, and the Empress is depicted as pregnant. Now the other thing that I'm getting with this is also like the combining of a family, because we have such large age differences in here, and these two are older and charging towards like your Empress, what it is that you are just so in love with, your abundance, your happiness, your joy, your fulfillment is really good. What is starting to blossom for you is so good. I'm just going on. I know I'm getting into some detail here for whoever it resonates for, but it's just good. Just know like what is starting to blossom for you is really good. I'm curious about the Six of Pentacles, what you've been healing. I feel like you've been given a little more of yourself in a way that you're not, it doesn't bring you as much fulfillment as whatever this giving is in the future. So what is the Six of Pentacles that Pisces has been healing? The Knight of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you it is like it's a new lease on your connection that you already have with someone. And maybe it's become very mechanical, like I'm dishing the money out to this kid, to the mother-in-law, or like, I don't know what it is, but you're dishing things out here, but it's healing this. It's healing the pentacle. It's bringing like sort of love and feelings back into the practicality. Why does that sound familiar? Who did I say that for? The practicality of life. Or your partner. I just feel like too, you could be healing something with your partner. The Magician. So what have you been working on as manifesting? What are you trying? I feel like these are connected somehow. what you've been trying to manifest. The Magician. What have you been working on? What you've been trying to manifest is the King of Swords. The King of Swords, the Hermit, the Three of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. See, maybe there's some sort of a connection where there isn't a lot of feeling and emotion. Withdrawn, there's heartbreak and like bringing it back. Bringing like life, happiness, love back into this. Absolutely, I really see that here. I think, however, you bring this love back into a situation where it's very clinical. It's become sort of clinical instead of emotional and expressing those emotions and feelings. It could result in a little person. I was just saying, it could be, because she's pregnant too, the Queen of Cups. Oh, Pisces, be careful. What will you finish working on? She's pregnant. Oh my God, she's pregnant in the Sun card too. Wow, Pisces. I feel like this is a message for someone. This is almost like a private reading when it comes out like this. All right, what will you finish working on? What will Pisces finish working on with the Queen of Cups? I knew that wanted to come out and it got stuck in my hand. Healing your Two of Cups. Get out of town. Look at this. Healing your Two of Cups. Healing your soulmate connection. Bringing love and happiness and joy. This is such a positive reading. I feel so glad I did it. I was so worried. I thought, oh man, what is this going to be? Why do I have to dig out these decks that I'm being told to dig out of my box? All right. The Sun. I might ask specifically why there's so many depictions of pregnancy, and it's kind of coming through. That's obvious. Somebody's going to get knocked up. Oh, where did that go? Oh, it didn't go in the water bowl. Okay. The Sun card. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't see that. There was two there. I'm not sure. This came out first because it went down. The Seven of Swords, Temperance, and the Nine of Pentacles. So, for this Sun, for this wish fulfillment, something, you had to walk away from something. You had to exit something. Energy had to be balanced again. There had to be healing with Temperance, and look, like healing, your wish fulfillment with your Two of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles, like really being independent here, looking after yourself very, very well. I feel on some level not even expecting anything to come in, like not expecting anything to come in. This could be for some of you, I think, like someone from your past, whether that is a spouse or someone that, I don't know, because the Star, something needed to be healed. And the energy with the King of Swords and the Hermit and the Three of Swords, like that's kind of heavy, self-reflective. This doesn't really talk about emotions. The King of Swords blocked off. He does have his arm across here with the sword coming up. So there is some sort of like a block. So your Six of Wands, what will be ready to harvest? I feel you are just going to be in a situation, a place and time for yourself, and when you are giving of yourself, it feels so good. It doesn't feel depleting. That's the difference. This feels depleting to me, like it depletes you on however it is that you give. Sort of like giving from a higher space, but now you're giving from a higher space, but it feeds your soul. That's what it is. It feeds your soul, the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands for Pisces. How is this giving? The success, like you find, well, that's the success you find too. The Seven of Cups. You're not sure how to get there yet. Well, it'll happen. The Six of Wands. The Six of Wands. The Sun. The Seven of Cups to the Sun. You want to get, you do. You want to give to something or someone that you don't know how to yet. And it's your son. It's your wish fulfillment. That's fascinating. There's an awful lot going on in here, Pisces. Oh my goodness. I really like this card. Talent for creating and supporting life. Positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So whatever's going on too in the future, like you are going to play a really key part in this tribal unit. You're going to be a really strong foundation, because look at the child sits in the lap of this person. So they are like, you know, if you think about if you're out at night and you're looking at the stars, the ground is kind of cold and damp. So you're also sort of like a protective element between things that can feel cold and unloving. Giving, so yeah, very, yeah, this is good. Whatever you're going to do, wherever you're going, you're going to give to others, but it's going to feed your soul. It's really going to feed your soul. You're going to feel so good, because whatever you're giving of yourself is so appreciated by others, and it's so beneficial to others, and that doesn't feel depletive, because when you're giving, and like I said, it feels like, you know what, at what point are you going to give to yourself here? Or you're going to try to lift yourself up a little bit, because that's the key. If someone is down and out, or you need to give to them, all right. Are you good enough yet to give to yourself? And obviously, I don't mean that this is like a decrepit old lady that's in a wheelchair and can't get up anymore. No, I mean, there are limitations, right, to what some people can do for themselves physically. But, yeah. And these people don't look grateful, like that they're giving to. The old lady is looking like fearful, like you're going to stop, you're not going to give me anymore. Sort of like clinging to the basket. I feel I want does that all. And then this guy's kind of like, oh, yeah, that's it? Really? Yeah, that's it. It's almost like fake gratitude that the kid is showing. Like a fake gratitude. Because their hand is here like being thankful, but there's something about their face. But it's still easy for me to put my hand out. I think that's really the key here, Pisces, is whatever you're going through, what you've been healing and working on, you are transitioning from what it is that you give to others, from that feeling depletive to you, and not necessarily even beneficial to those that you're giving to being in a situation where what you give is so beneficial to who you're giving it to, and even watching something grow and develop from this, it's going to feed your soul. Oh, I love this. This is my favorite reading so far. Too, but it's my favorite. So we have the Knight of Swords at the bottom. Change might happen much faster than you expect. And that's it. So I'm going to go do the extended where I'm going to look specifically in between your current and your future. And I know if I talk about it in the, I'm just saying this now. If I talk about it in the trailer, that I specifically use the Moon Oracle deck, I'm not. I'm going to use the Return of Spirit Oracle deck, just so you know, going into that, if it does say that. But I'm going to use Tarot to look at your personal challenges, distractions to be aware of, and areas to focus on getting to your future. But your future looks good. It looks homey and warm and inviting and happy and loving and healed. Yeah, it's really good. I'm so glad I had the time to do this for you guys. Until next time, do be gentle with yourself, Pisces. Bye.